Hello, welcome to our preview of the new Well Star and the 20-year Period-9 Feng Shui energy. I've mentioned about that in the past too, but today we want to go a little deeper. And then since we are deeply inside the new cycle 9, or we are getting more and more into cycle 9, which officially started in 2024, but the energy waves started coming in, like the first waves started coming in 2017, and then the next wave started coming in around 2019. So when a 20-year cycle changes in Feng Shui, it's not an overnight process. Anything that comes from nature is not an overnight process, and it's a shift from one type of energy to another type of energy. So the full cycle of period 9 feng shui, which this is known as period 9, it is from 2024 to 2043. In 2043, it will change to the next cycle, which is cycle 1, water energy. So we will have an interesting transition from fire to water, but I don't think most of us, want to or need to think about it right now because it's a long way from, where we are. Now, the transition from 8 to 9 is a big shift in feng shui energetically, and it affects us pretty much in every area of our lives. These cycles, there are different types of cycles. There are 20-year cycles, which are long, which are intense, which are stable, and a lot of feng shui masters, when they do the calculation for property, and if you had any calculations done, sometimes they tell people that this is not a good home, you should leave the home and find a different one. Those are based on cycle 9, the period 9, the 20-year cycles, and not just period 9, but any period. So any of these 20-year cycles are the strongest and the most intense. And the deeper you go into the cycle, the stronger the energy gets. Now, there are also the yearly cycle, which we pretty much connect with every year, and we look at the year of certain animal and element. Like this is the year of the wood snake, year of the wood dragon, year of the fire horse, year of the fire sheep, and others that are coming up. Those are 1 year cycle. So you have the same flying stars, but in different positions in the grid, affecting you and your property in different ways. But one is less intense, obviously. Like the 1 year cycle is obviously less intense than the 20-year cycle. And then we also have monthly cycles. We also have daily cycles, hourly, minute, second cycles. But then we don't really go into those because then otherwise, you'll drive yourself crazy, right? Because this is a continuous flow of energy. So you can go into all these subdivisions in either way, smaller way or the larger cycle, that is the 20-year cycle. And we want to make the most out of it. That's the main thing. That's the point behind today's class, is to look at some of the energies that are anchoring now and that have anchored already and that will be anchoring in the next few years. And how do we take advantage of those energies? The world we knew is not there anymore. So let me explain a little bit more also. When you look at the elements and different flying stars, Let me actually put up one of the pictures of the flying stars, so you will know this, and it's easier to see. This has 4 20-year cycles. The cycle 7, period cycle 7, which is which was from 2084 to 2003. Then the next one, 8 influenced us mainly from 2004 to 2023 and until the beginning of 2024. And we just moved out of 8 and moved into 9, which is influencing us from 2024 to 2043. So that's what we are concerned about, and that's what we want to deal with at the moment. We don't need to think about the other ones. And then every year, there's a yearly grid, for the grid, meaning the 3x3 matrix, the 9 directions, the 8 directions, and the center, making it the 9 directional energies. So these go into different positions. They circulate not randomly, but following a geometric pattern. What is the pattern? If you look at the numbers, let's say, for example, for the yearly one, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 1. If you take a blank piece of paper and you draw that, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 1, then that is the pattern. That is the way these numbers move for all of these cycles. Now, for some of the cycles, numbers go down. For some of the cycles, numbers go up. So for example, for the 20-year cycle, this last 20-year cycle was period 8. Before that, it was 7. Now it's 9. If you look at the yearly cycle, last year was 3, this year 2, next year 1. So, you don't have to think much about them, but the cycles change and the numbering change differently, and they move through different grids. So mainly we focus on the 20-year cycle and the yearly cycle. Now, when you have your home, you may not be in a brand new period-9 home. My home belongs to period-8. It was constructed during period-8. If you are in a property that was built, let's say, between 2024 and 2023, your date of birth for the home is 8, right? Period-8 in Feng Shui. If your home was constructed between 1984 and 2003, then the date of birth of your home, it belongs to period-7. We have a date of birth attached to a particular year, month, and day. It doesn't change. We can move around and we can do all kinds of things, but our date of birth is steady, right? It doesn't change. So similarly, the date of birth of the property doesn't change unless there's a major renovation done for the house, which includes changing doors and windows and roof. Okay, so that means new energy, new frequency from above, new sunlight from above need to go into the property and fill up. And there's a process that happens, if something like that, if a major construction like that happens, well, the energy gets refreshed and recalibrated. So that is, one way to shift the energy. And when people do major construction, and sometimes people just have an urge to do a major construction, and then subconsciously, they may be attracted to another 20-year cycle than the one before. Now, since most properties I set up feng shui for belong to either 7 or 8, and some newer ones, when people are moving into newer ones, they belong to 9. They were constructed recently. Uh, so look at where your property belongs based on when it was constructed, or when the home was built or the apartment was built. And if a major renovation was done, your roof was changed, your doors and windows were changed, so a huge construction was done for the property, then when was it done, right? Then it would tell you where you are. So if your property belongs to 7, it is metal energy. Look at this grid. And then you will also need to look at this grid for the current year. So there are two things you look at when it comes to the flying stars. One is the 20-year cycle, and one is the yearly cycle. And so, if you look at these two, 20-year, let's say, period 7 energy, and let me make it a little smaller so you can see both clearly. If we look at this particular grid, period 7 and uh, current year. So let's say your property belongs to 7. It was constructed between 1984 and 2003. Okay. So what's in your west? Your west has number 9 flying star energy. Now the energy, it has changed even if your home belongs to an older period cycle, right? So wherever you see 9, that is the strongest star now for the 20-year cycle and the yearly cycle. If your property belongs to cycle 8, period 8, like my one belongs to, then the wealth star, it used to be known as the star of multiplication, as a multiplier star, fame star, but now it has become the wealth star. It has gained a lot of momentum, a lot of energy infused by the new cycle. So then, if your home or property belongs to cycle 8, then the number 9 flying star energy for the 20-year cycle is in the northwest. So then look at what you have in the northwest. If you are in this 20-year period, or if you're in this 20-year cycle, look at what's in the west of your property. Okay. So the positive flying stars that are known in Feng Shui, the one that automatically enhances everything, you don't need to harmonize them or cure them or anything. They just are there amplifying the energies, and you just need to take advantage of them. They are number 1, number 6, number 8, and number 9. Okay. Now, 2 and 4 are a little tricky because with the new cycle in period 9, their energy is changing. So number 4 was a lot more positive star. It's kind of losing its charge. It needs to be harmonized, and the beneficial part needs to be activated. Number 2 was a negative star. The good thing is it's losing its negative charge too. And some of that energy needs to be still harmonized, and the beneficial energy is activated. But the good thing is for setting up holography feng shui, there are holograms for all these different periods. So there's a period hologram that does the calculation, and it is placed on your property. It's like at the floor level, at the ground floor level, and the energy goes up for all the different floors too, if you have multiple floors. And imagine this as the tile. It is right on top of the tile, or it is the carpet, right? It is the carpet of the home. So the 20-year cycle hologram is there, and then there is a yearly cycle that's there on top of that. And at the bottom, the foundation is the space Feng Shui, which is all the directional energy. So there are multiple holograms that are overlaid on your property. And then throughout the property, there are octagonal shaped shelves, like small shelves, maybe kind of like 1/4 of this image that you see. And this type of shelves are placed on different walls on a property, home office, business. They go into the property and they stick in all these different directions, east, west, north, south, and all the corners and the center. And then different frequencies or objects or crystals that represent either activation of these stars or the directions or other energies beneficial, they go into those shelves. There's a lot of dimensional energies that are connected to that. So, holographic Feng Shui setup, it has more to do with setting up Feng Shui with higher dimensional energies and a lot of calculations. So for your purpose, you don't have to be concerned much about all these details, but it is good to know what's happening so that you can amplify the energies more. Okay. Now, if you have a brand new constructed home, then your home belongs to that new cycle. And where is the period 9 energy for the 20-year cycle? It is right here at the center. It will always be at the center. It does not move. This 20-year grid does not move around like the yearly cycle, right? You have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 1. Next year it will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 will be here. But for 20-year cycle, the grids, the 9 boxes that you see, 9 flying stars, they don't move around. They are just, hanging out at the same place. That's why the energies get intense as you go into the period. Okay. So just some basics about that. I hope, that's clear. I'm just keeping it as simple and short as possible without going into too much details about, all the different flying stars and different interaction. How does, well, let's say your property belongs to period 8, right? So then you have number 9 in the northwest from the 20-year cycle, and number 3 in the northwest from the yearly cycle. Now, how do they interact? They do. And the beneficial part is the positive flying stars, or the ones that are known as positive flying stars, 1, 6, 8, and 9, they kind of override a lot of the non-beneficial energies. So 8 at the center would override a lot of the non-beneficial energies that need to be harmonized for health. 9 in the northwest would override a lot of the conflicting energies. And also, this is would You see in green, and this is fire. So fire kind of burns wood. Fire reduces the intensity here. The colors that you see are the colors of the elements, right? So you have earth element, 2 and 5, metal elements, 6 and 7, wood elements, 3 and 4, and then you have 1 is water, 9 is fire. Okay. So now a few things about the cycle is, I mentioned it is a big shift from 8 to 9. And 9 is fire. It is more movement energy, right? Water and fire are the only two elements that move around, that are very fluidic. If you look at all the other elements from 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. So 7 of these, each 20 years. So last 140 years, we had quite solid elements for the 20-year cycles. Like last 20 years, we had earth element. Before that, for 20 years, we had metal element. Before that, we had another 20 years for metal element. So if you look at all the elements, we had the last 140 years until we had, one was water element. So for the last 140 years, we had very solid and stable elements. This cycle, since there are 9 flying stars and each working for 20 years, now we have this cycle, whole cycle for 180 years, right? So out of 180, 140 was very solid, very stable. We moved through the cycle, and then suddenly we are in the fire energy. We think sometimes the world is, I don't know, going haywire, all kinds of interesting things happening. We don't know why weird things people are doing, companies are doing. It's like everybody lost their mind, so 9 does that. Also, 9 is a transformation energy. Fire is not good or bad like any of the elements. Fire can cook, fire can burn. Water can drown, water can give life. Right? Metal helps us to construct buildings, and metal creates weapons too. Earth supports us. Earthquake, creates a mess. So every element brings in certain energy. They are not good or bad. It is how we use the energy and how we are connecting with the energies. So for period 9, whether you're talking about the yearly energy for 2025 or the 20-year cycle, if you're here, or even for other cycles, like, my home belongs to 8. So the period 8 wealth star is here. If your home belongs to 7, then the wealth star is in the west, right? So wherever this energy is, keep this area neat, clean, and organized as much as possible. That includes the center. Now, if your home doesn't belong to this property, this cycle, where 9 is at the center, doesn't mean you are going to leave the center cluttered. It should be as neat, clean, and organized as possible, because the energies move in a geometric fashion, so they're not bumping into anything. Just think about it that way, right? You want to make room for the energy, leave empty space in the room. I've seen so many properties where they're just filled with stuff, and it's like hard to move around. If that is the case, then we do need to clear the space for the energy to move, because otherwise, it's difficult. I there was a particular person. I didn't know that person, but one of the neighbors in the past, um, well, who used to be nearby, when I moved into this property. And one day he's opened up his garage. He worked on cars, and pretty much the whole garage was filled with probably about 2 to 3 feet of all kinds of metal parts. Just I don't know how he even moved around. It was just filled with stuff. So when that happens, the energy is stuck. We don't want to have this energy being stuck in the home or office or anywhere else. If you have a home office, then notice where your home office is, then play with the energy. My home office is in the south. So this year, I'm playing with a number 6 flying star there. Now, wherever your home office is, bring in some of the energies of the beneficial energies and spin the energies. Now, spin the energies clockwise always, so you can boost the vibration. Some really powerful flying stars are number 1, for rapid success, abundance, prosperity. It is connected to water. Water is connected to life. It is connected to flow of abundance, prosperity, and finances. So you want to bring in some of that water energy, wherever you are, spin the vortex for you. Number 9 brings in the wealth star. Don't think about fire, but think about the energy of the flying star, the wealth star, the energy of prosperity, futuristic energies. Bring that energy and run a gentle vortex. You can mix and match some of them. Let's say 1, 6, 8, and 9. There was a class we did about flying stars, Feng Shui flying stars, and using them for creating vortex energies. And then we created quad vortex energies with 1, 6, 8, and 9. And we use these frequencies. We integrated those frequencies and then use the frequencies to run them for home, office, business, and different properties. So it will be really powerful to revisit that program. It was, I think, it was done last year. I think I mean, it's pretty universal. So unless the energies change, then, you can keep using them and connecting with the individual vortex energies or the quad vortex energies. All right. So the new cycle, from until 2043, it is quite significant because it is a time of major change, rapid transformation, and some sort of revolution or evolution of consciousness, both actually. In some cases, it's a revolution of changing systems, and then it is an evolution of our mind. Now, this cycle is associated with fire element, as you know, because 9 is connected to fire. And it is expected to bring in a lot of advancements in technology, particularly in science, different types of technology forms. Like, we have seen since 2017, when the first wave of the cycle 9 started coming in, we suddenly started seeing spikes in development of quantum computing, and then different types of technology, AI. People started talking more about it. And when the cycle anchored, just around that time, suddenly the world has gone crazy about AI. Major companies started implementing AI for everything. So a lot of these technological advancements and different types of technology is a part of this cycle. So it's taking us from somewhere to somewhere else that's very fluidic and very much oriented with movement, compared to like 8 earth energy, or 7 metal energy, to 9 fire energy. So things are moving all over the place. Advancements are happening almost like every week when it comes to quantum computing, when it comes to AI, new type of development, new type of logic system creation, and more. So don't look at this as good or bad. It is just a change. And, we go through different changes of season: summer, fall, winter, spring. So similarly, we are in a different season. So what do we do when we move into winter season? Our clothing needs to change, right? What we eat sometimes need to change depending on where we are. So similarly, our environment is different now. It is cycle 9 fire energy infused. So our environment, how we think, how we act, even income, some of that need to change. Um, Focusing on multiple income sources is a big part of the cycle 9 energy. And the good thing is this cycle 9 also brings in a greater focus on spirituality, personal growth, and consciousness evolution. So, that's a really good thing for, anybody who is focusing on these energies, or if you provide services that are more connected to personal growth, spirituality, helping people shift energy, um, any kind of energy, that's great. Okay, so um, now here's the thing though. 2026 and 2027 are fire element years, on top of being in the fire cycle 9, right? Because next year is the year of the fire horse, and the year after is the year of the fire sheep or fire goat. Those 2 years may be a bit intense. So just giving you um, yeah, a little bit of preview. Yeah, it's like, we don't need anything to be more intense. We want to bring in more water energy. How do we, just shower everything with water, right? But a lot of these intensity, what they do is they shift old patterns. They break down, transform old issues, old models, old realities. 9 is connected to Phoenix, and it was initiated by Dragon, because it's the system is set up so amazingly. It's like the ancient quantum science, when it comes to all these energies and elements and how they work. Dragon brings in etheric energy, new solutions and possibilities. And the dragon initiated 2024, which is a change and going into the fire cycle fully. So, we have dragon bringing in the phoenix energy for 20 years. And the dragon certainly brought in a lot of information for the next 12 years until we see the next dragon year. Okay, so how do you prepare for some of these energies that are upcoming, especially this year, but also the next 2 years that are very much fire years? So, we have fire yearly cycles, and then fire 20-year cycles. Just if you think about it, it is quite intense. But then how do you prepare? You begin to use the energies now, start creating the vortex energies. I would highly recommend using those quad vortex energies. And if you're not familiar with it, the next time I'll send an email. I'll put the link so you can take a look. But if you do have that uh, program with activating number 1, 6, 8, and 9 energies, 9 frequencies, and then combining them using a quad vortex, then go through the journeys often. When you want to calm down and relax, then you can use the water vortex of number 1 energy too. Yeah. So it's important to really boost your vibration this year. And, let's say this is the general fire cycle year, 2016, 2017. When you boost the vibration, you can be more on top or toward the top of this cycle. So it doesn't influence, the bottom influences a lot more than this area. Okay, so you want to raise your vibration enough so your field is stronger and it's not getting affected by all the global energies. Um, and we see that now, like some people get too agitated with everything, and then some people thrive regardless of what's happening. So you want to make sure that you can thrive in period 9, 20-year cycle, plus this year, next year, the year after, the intense fire energies. And then you can shift those, use those energies for your benefit. Now, fire is a transformation energy. So don't think about this as positive or negative. Think about the energy helping you shift anything that's not empowering for you or beneficial for you, and it's helping you to boost your vibration to um, align more, to connect more, because it's also bringing in more spiritual energies and energies of enlightenment and consciousness expansion and more. So bring in those energies and really strengthen your vibration this year. If you're a part of the Amplify Abundance program, or you have been, last year we worked a lot with the 12 chakras, then spin the energies in your 12 chakras and bringing the rays of the sun into your chakras, bringing the rays of some of the other stars into your chakras. Now, we have done many different types of exploration. Pick whatever works for you and whatever you are attracted to. There is no right or wrong. Okay. So, this is a cycle of change and rapid transformation. So make sure you understand that, and then think about what needs to change in your life. What, maybe something has been stable, but you don't really like it, or it doesn't align with you much. When it comes to job, business, career, a lot of people have um, been in that position. Like, people do things to generate income, but they don't really like it. But you will need to bring in more of the things that you like, whether it's for um, generating income or whether it's to add so that your day-to-day life can be more energized. So certainly start thinking about that. And then, as information and technology changes, we see rapid changes, especially associated to 9 and fire element. Don't get stuck in rejecting things. I know, like a lot of people have concerns about AI. it's not AI. What I always say is it's the groups that are developing for global domination. AI is AI. It's, how do you program something, right? It depends on that. But then at a certain level, the system becomes very, very powerful. So, we want to make sure the energies are more ethical and it's more beneficial for us. So as we raise our vibration, and as many people do that globally, we can transmit that energy for and influence the how things are being developed and where we are going. So we certainly can influence those energies, but we need a lot of people all over the world to really focus on shifting the energies and tuning into something that's more harmonious, joyful, and beneficial. And certainly, if you are in any system or doing anything with um, providing products, services to help people for personal development or growth, shifting their reality, then practice more and mix and match things, tune into star energies, the ones that attract you the most. If you've gone through some, then revisit them. Notice what attracts you and how you can boost your vibration. Okay. Now, visibility and recognition is also another part of the new number 9 energy, fire cycle energy. It is also connected to fame. And, as I mentioned, over the last year or so, the Royal Star Regulus, which is known as the fame star, is a very powerful star for period 9, and also the Power Star Vega, Power Star Asion. They are very, very powerful for us. Asion in the Pleiades constellation, it is one of the stars that power our sun. It transmits energy toward the sun. So, like many other stars, the sun is an infusion of has an infusion of many different energies from many different stars. But as Asion is a rapid transformation star for shifting energy and also for manifestation. So that's another powerful star to connect with. The Power Star Vega, bringing in all the possibilities and options. That certainly is another powerful star to connect with. So when you look at the grids, regardless of, well, first thing is find out where your property belongs. Does it belong to 7, 8, 9, based on the date of construction of your home or office. And it's not the date when you moved into a property, because you're moving into a property and you're plugging in to the date of birth of the property, right? So it is the date of birth of the property, and that determines where the property belongs to, in which 20-year period. So notice where some of these really powerful flying stars are, like number 1, 6, 8, and 9. Energize them, spin the energies in those areas. If you have office there, if you have a bedroom there, if you have a place where you do your work, meditate, then energize these areas more. Okay, and certainly, do look at the yearly energies and then notice where you have in the southeast, south, southwest of your property. What do you have in the east of your property, where number 9 is this year for the yearly flying star? And also, what do you have in some of the um, areas where the energies need to be harmonized, like northeast, north, and northwest? So superimpose this structure and whichever 20-year cycle you belong to that structure on your property, then you'll know where things fall, and then um, certainly you can energize the property more by running vortex energy, just spinning, connect with number one, focus on number one's energy, or number six energy, number eight, or number nine energy, just a pure abundance, prosperity, success, healing, inner joy, alignment, and more, and gently spin those energies. Okay. Um, if you have holographic feng shui set up, then all these different holograms and templates are a part of your property. You also have the 4 dragon pillars around your property this year, similar to last year. Spin the energies using the dragon pillars. Yeah, if you're not 100% sure, there's information on the member page, and you can look up that information and see what you need to do. Okay, so the main thing is know where some of these energies are, and then since especially number 9 is a very powerful star for the next 20 years, and it is also each year moving through the grid in different ways. Uh, Take advantage of it, connect with it, connect with the energy, meditate with it, spin the vortex of that energy for rapid transformation and raising the vibration for the new wealth star. It is known as the new wealth star. So tune into those energies. Okay. All right. So before I open up the line for any questions, let's do a quick journey connecting with the number 9 wealth star. You can gently gaze at number 9, the wealth star. Tune into the energies. Notice your sensations. You can gently close your eyes. Continue to tune into the energies of number 9 wealth star. Let the energies and the mist from the star to come in and go inside you. Notice your sensations. Let the energies go into all of your organs. Let the energies go into all of your cells. Let the energies spiral through your DNA strands. The wealth star contains the fire cycle energies, the fire element energies, and rapid transformation energies. Focus on shifting your body and your energy field focus on transforming anything that's not beneficial and allow more of the wealth star energies to come in and replace the old. Transform the old. Transform old ideas that are not beneficial now. Transform your connection to the old reality that is no longer empowering for you. Unplug from it in your mind, just like unplugging a cable. Plug into the wealth star sphere. Imagine there's this energy sphere. It's a bright star. It's number 9 wealth star. Plug into that. Let your mind, body, and reality to be empowered and energized by the wealth star energy. Let the wealth star energy spin inside your brain. Let the abundance energies from the wealth star to go into all of your accounts and boost the vibration 9 times. Let's breathe in and out deeply and gently a few more times. Let's come back to your present moment. Rub your hands together and gently open your eyes. Welcome back. If you don't have the holographic feng shui set up for your property, like you didn't place the order this year yet, then you can take a look at that um, page, the feng shui page, and see um, which size is appropriate for your home or office or business, and look into the feng shui holograms so that you can have a lot of that built in already, all the different holograms, space, feng shui, 20-year cycle, yearly cycle, then the empowering energies and more. So then you can just focus on spinning the energies. When your environment supports you more, then you can receive a lot more and accomplish a lot more. So I will open up the line for questions, and I will do that separately. I will stop the recording and then I will restart it for questions. If you have any questions, then you can always email support@lifeharmonized.com and ask your question. Otherwise, if you haven't uh, set up your, or if you haven't placed your feng shui orders yet, then you can sign up now. We have the year of the wood snake until the end of January last year, I think until early February of next year. So we have most of the year ahead of us. So then you can just focus on spinning the energies. And really, it's important for all of us to keep spinning the energies this year. As I mentioned, next 2 years are, fire cycle energies. So you want to boost the vibration a lot. So when that cycle comes, you can be at another level, right? So the easiest way for us to um, the easiest way that we can get to another level of consciousness is to keep using the vortex energies, just like all the planets and stars are spinning in the universe. Similarly, spin the vortex energies for you and inside you, in your chakras, in your cells, for your field, and keep boosting your vibration. All right. And also, every month, we do a cosmic creation class based on, which star or planet that's influencing us now. And then, we want to shift the energies so that we can boost the vibration, and then we can focus on connecting with energies that's beneficial for us. So thanks for joining. Wishing you a lot of magic. And then I will do the Q&A separately, not a part of this recording.